भनेको चाहिँ if it is state को against मा छ भने चाहिँ state को लागि जो advocate ले लड्छ अथवा lawyer prosecutor भने एउटै कुरा हो लड्छ उलाई चाहिँ public prosecutor भन्छ okay and अर्को party जोलाई defense हुन्छ नि जसको जो accused को फरमा लड्छ उलाई चाहिँ defense lawyer भन्छ so it's not different advocate हो दुवै कुरामा हैन lawyer नै हो lawyer लाई नै advocate भन्ने हो तर whoever is fighting for the state or state को लागि हुन्छ हैन in case of criminal cases then that is person is known as public prosecutor next lawyer लाई चाहिँ हामी defense lawyer भन्छौं only that is the difference I hope you are clear बुझ्यो
Yes ma'am
Okay अब अझ आउँछ के छ 78 मात्रै छ anyway so we'll finish this thing there will be accused versus public prosecutor and there will be hearing in court हैन चित्त बुझेन भने पहिला लो कोर्ट हाई कोर्ट अथवा सुप्रिम कोर्ट कुन कोर्टमा जाने हैन एपिलेट कोर्ट सबैमा if one decision is unsatisfactory then the person will go to another court and then after several hearings judge gives the verdict now there are various weaknesses in our medical legal system okay these are few listed weaknesses for example physical facilities or equipments are non-existent okay so whatever physical facilities like your autopsy गर्नलाई नै पनि there is no proper facility in every government hospital in every district you know नेपालमा काठमाडौँमा त होला तर नेपालको अरु parts of नेपालमा चाहिँ it's very अब अहिले बिस्तारै it's establishing because there are more criminal cases out there and public awareness ko लागि public awareness ले गर्दाखेरि पनि it's more into media त्यसैले गर्दाखेरि बिस्तारै it's developing before it was null or void and then but now it's developing gradually so what are the things required for examination autopsy like physical facilities or non-existent bistarai it's gradually developing now lab services are fragmented only 2 labs are there by now there are 3 labs but again 2 labs are non-functional only one lab is functional that is this one CPFSL which is known as Central Police Forensic Science Lab is functional and this is National Forensic Science Lab this is present in Kumaltar or Koyota Dharanma पनि छ एउटा lab toxicology lab but again that is not in operation so you whole of the country ko lagi only one lab is there so that is again minimum qualification of labs that can hamper the investigation lack of doctors and specialists autopsy carried out by medical personnel you know so experts haru nabhakole gardakhiri medical personnel harle investigate garte हैन medical graduates only who may not have enough knowledge you know knowledge छैन भन्न मिल्दैन they have knowledge doing autopsy but again enough knowledge as an expert नहुन सक्छ but again this is also changing this scene is also changing पहिला हाम्रो 10 जना मात्र handful of doctors थियो 5 years 6 years back पनि now it's around 50 to 60 experts present in our country so that's a huge improvement in this field death certificate is not mandatory in our country again that can be one of the biggest weaknesses or drawbacks because death certificate kina chahiन्छ भन्दा cause of death is to be written in death certificate if death certificate chahieno भने how do you find out the cause of death all right so not mandatory hunu pani again one of the weaknesses police personnel not present in all that scenes. Doctors are present हुनुपर्ने ठाउँमा, even police is not present in all that scenes. Okay, so you cannot collect the required evidences. अस्ति भर्खर एउटा rape र murder को case थियो, which is still not you cannot find out the culprit because enough evidences were not collected by then and there. Only if the evidences were collected, then this case would not have been so much complicated. All right, so police personnel not present. All unnatural deaths are not sent for autopsies. No, unnatural death is natural भनेर it is considered as natural death. Void in law as medical personnel is not involved. अघि मैले भनिसकेँ, where police is not involved, medical personnel हुने त chances are very less. Now, who are the agencies for crime investigation in our country? Nepal Police भयो. Okay, Nepal Police ma information from the sources is done by the police. An inquest Prakriti Muchulka of the scene and dead body is prepared by inquest. Inquest is prepared by police. Arrest of the suspect is done by police. Submit the file to the government office is done by police. Continuation for investigation is done by police. Next, अर्को कसको रोल हुन्छ भन्दा government attorney who study the file submitted by the police, advise police for further investigation. If he doubts any kind of foul play, then he advises police for further investigation, register the case in court, regular participation in trial of a case, and court ko kaam ke ho, trial and hearing of the cases, and verdict is given by the court. Accessories for investigation. Now, who are the people who help for investigation? Now, there are two type of witnesses. One is common witness who has perceived the crime being done by one of his senses, who were present in that crime scene, who had heard something, who had felt something, So one of the senses, but if a person has perceived, then that is common witness. And the other witness is expert witness who has examined the body. Other experts such as handwriting expert can be firearm expert ballistic expert or even the person who examines the this body fluid and viscera. They are forensic scientists, or they are considered as witnesses, expert witnesses as well. So various experts are who give opinion and they help in the case. Okay, an advocate for the accused, defense lawyer is also advocate for accused is known as defense lawyer. Okay, advocate for the state is known as prosecutor lawyer. Advocate for accused is known as defense lawyer. So these are the accessories for investigation. Okay, now let's start with legal procedures. 10 minutes is less left, so we can just start it today, and next class we'll continue again. So objectives for legal procedures. What are the objectives of legal procedures? In this chapter, it will describe what are the legal procedures, describe the terminologies used in the legal system, role and duty of a doctor in court, and court system in our country. So these are the things that is included in this chapter. Now, before that, I want you to answer, what do you mean by offense? Offense vaneko ke ho? So we are talking about few terminologies we will be using in this chapter. Now, you might have heard this term offense time and again. What do you mean by offense? What do you mean by offense? Anyone can volunteer an answer?
The accused person like crime cue that is offense. The accusation.
ला मैले केही सुनेन दिपेन्द्र एकदम ब्रेक भएर आयो
Illegal act.
Physical act is offense भन्नु खोजा हो huh?
Illegal act physically पनि हुन सक्छ
Okay, good. Okay, good. Any kind of illegal act can be considered as offense. अरु कसैले के भन्छ Umar, yes, you can answer. Okay, Umar, do one thing. Just write it down. Write it down. मलाई एकदम के पनि सुनेन ब्रेक भइरहेछ. Anyone else?
Any act that can be punished by law.
Okay, any kind of act which is punishable by law is offense. So that is the definition of offense. Okay, so offense is any act, Vanessa. But I would add one more thing, that is any act or omission. Omission or akio. What do you mean by omission?
Keeping something falling out.
सुनेन फेरि भन्नु त भयो
Ma'am, जस्तै ट्याक्स तिरेन भने that is an omission.
Okay, not doing something, right? Tax. Okay, not doing something is also an offense. Now, kunai kisamko illegal act has been done, I know, especially if there is any kind of terrorist attack on a country. Let's take it that example, and you have that knowledge that criminal act is about to happen, but you did not go and inform the police. Okay, you have seen a case of rape being happening or being done, but again you did not inform or you did not help in that condition. That is not doing something. Act is doing something, act of commission is doing something, and act of omission is not doing something. Both are punishable by law. Okay, so that is considered as offense. Any act or omission made punishable by law is known as offense. All right, so there are two type of offense. One is cognizable offense, another is non-cognizable offense. Cognizable offense an offense for which a police may arrest the offender without a warrant. For example, rape, murder, robbery, death due to rational negligent act is a cognizable offense. You don't require a warrant for this kind of offense. Okay, whenever someone is suspected of these criminal activities, they can arrest the person then and there without any warrant. That is cognizable offense. But there are few offenses where police cannot arrest without a warrant. For example, all you just like tax but again, two case warrant is required for a person to be arrested. Punishment, punishable by law. So what are the punishment given? That can be capital punishment, which is not there in our country. Capital punishment, but again, this is mentioned because types of punishment, capital punishment, capital punishment can be done by hanging or electrocution. Okay, so एउटा punishment, capital punishment, that is not present in our country. अर्को हुन सक्छ imprisonment for life. Third one, rigorous or simple imprisonment. Fourth one is forfeiture of property, and finally, fine. अघि हामीले इन्क्वेस्टको बारेमा पढिरहेको थियौँ होइन. इन्क्वेस्ट भनेको के हो? हाउ डु डिफाइन इन्क्वेस्ट भन्दाखेरि इट इज इन्क्वायरी अर इन्भेस्टिगेसन इन्टु कज अफ डेथ conducted in suspicious unnatural deaths. Okay, so कुन केसमा इन्क्वेस्ट गर्ने हो त? In unnatural deaths or in suspicious deaths. Unnatural ma accident, suicidal, homicide, and suspicious भनेको in sudden unexpected death. Okay, so any inquiry or investigation into the cause of death is known as inquest. There are 4 types of inquest: police, magistrate, coroners, medical examiners inquest. Nepal only police inquest is there. Okay, India both police and magistrate inquest is there. Coroners inquest done by the lawyer, coroner lawyer is present in UK, United Kingdom, and some states of USA. Medical examiners inquest, where investigation is done by doctors. It is present in United States. Okay, so according to country, the inquest is done. So Nepal has a police inquest matter. I think I should end it here. About 1 minute matter baki cha. So please go through what we have studied today and go through legal procedures. I'll be asking you questions in next class. And as a attendance, please send it to me as well to you guys. Okay, so I'll see you on next Wednesday again, because your Friday BDS ko हाम्रो pre-board exams ho, we'll be having this practical examination and viva last year ko BDS ko, so I won't be able to conduct classes. So अब फेरि next Wednesday मात्र class हुन्छ. All right, so see you next week. Take care.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Thank you.